Over here, you just don't see it too often, but you gotta be locked in, pull
Yeah,
hard on
man.
these fools.
Yeah, dude. Start off the morning. Let me just get this story out.
Let's go. Let's get
Woke
it.
up, uh, didn't have no fucking water in the house, so I was like, all right. Usually we just order from Walmart for the pickup. We did that, but it was at the wrong store. Anyway, we're going. So I'm like going to Smart and Final. Smart and Final, if you guys don't know, it's like a little bit better than Food for Less, but it's still kind of like ghetto. The lighting's bad. You know, the cashiers got little cigarette stains on their fucking shirts. They got like tats on their face. You know, some of them are tweaking. Anyway, I go in there, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, man. I'm gonna get ready today, dude. I'm not gonna just walk in there all raggedy. Put the J's on, put the Prada shades on. You know what I mean? Like just, they don't want to come in there all looking all funky and shit. And I go in, I'm in a good mood. I have my Starbucks and shit. And going toward the water aisle. It's always towards the right near the bread, and I see these guys are stacking the bread. There's this one guy stacking the bread, and I'm like 10 feet away from him, and I have to get past him. And I guess he had the tray, and he just fucking boom, he slammed it back down. And then I was like, whoa. I was like, that was hella aggressive, dude. And bread's light. Like I've lifted those trays
Yeah.
before, dude. I worked in a grocery store when I was like 16, till like 18, whatever. And I was like, damn, that's aggressive. And then like he had to like pass me to get to the. And I just stopped and he looked at me. He's like, go for it. Go for it. I was like, damn, what the hell? I was like, in my head, I was just like, damn, should I say something? Like, you go for it. You know what I mean? Like, just like come back, snap
Yeah.
back. But I'm just
Yeah.
like, I just looked at him. I was like, yeah, I'll drop this for easy. No problem.
Right.
Like,
Right.
I'll just say, I start analyzing him. I was like, all right, just grab this fool. I can probably just grab his head and just fucking,
What do you
you
look
know,
like?
older, older, Mexican dude. Got the Mario mustache.
Okay.
Uh, I don't know. Kind of look like an old version of me or some shit, dude. Just like little, yeah, it's fucking just
Yeah.
older man, and he just kind of look like me, but more grays and shit, gray hair, and just he was fucking mad. He's wearing like a members only jacket or some shit, and like I don't know, some bullshit ass Ross shoes. He just looked pissed, dude, and I was like, what the fuck? Why is he mad at me? I was gonna say good morning, but then as soon as I was gonna say that, he's just like, go for it, go for it, like go for it, like. You want me to go for the takedown? Like, what do you want me to? What am I going for? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, all right. And I just walked, and then I went in line, and this motherfucker. I always see some shit when I go there, bro. Like, this is in LA. This is a small town called Paso Robles. It's like a
Oh, I've
best
been
way I
to
can
that one.
explain it.
I've been to
Yeah,
that one. Yeah.
farmer town. Best way I can explain it. It's not LA, So I'm in line. This guy motherfucker next to me got fucking sweatpants and cowboy boots on, that kind of shit, you know. And I'm just like, damn, dude. Like I never think about it, but sometimes you stop and look around. You're like, damn, I am like a Martian over here, dude. Like, shit is crazy, dude. And I was just like, whatever. But yeah. So then when I got home, I was like, damn, this is a madman stacking bread, you know. And I was like, don't be a madman stacking bread at a man stacking bread. You know what I mean? Like,
Bar.
I'm out here stacking bread and you're mad stacking bread, but I'm mad stacking bread too. Mad stacking. But yeah,
Nice.
that shit was crazy, dude. So I'm
Yeah.
like, everything has like a fucking metaphor, dude. Like, I swear, bro. And
Yeah.
it's like, these are the choices you make in life, bro. Like, you're either gonna go get it and stack bread or stay in the store stacking bread. Like, and that was me. When I was 16, bro, I was stacking bread too. But I was
Right.
like, nah, I laughing at ever since. So I'm like, it's the choices you make, man. Like in life, how did he get to that point? You know, did he get locked up? Did he just give up? This and that. Like, everyone has a story, you know what I mean? But shit, I know you can come from nothing. Literally, people come from other countries and make it, dude. Become millionaires. They provide for their family.
Mhm.
There's really no excuses in America, bro. Like, and to be mad at people like that, because I've been in those positions when I was like down like that, and I'd see people come in fucking Saturday. They're looking fresh. I got Versace fucking cologne on, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just fucking, my skin is fucking, look at my fucking skin, dog. You know what I mean? Like, This was looking all crusty, got shit in his eyes. You know what I mean? Go for it. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is the wrong person, bro. My back is not hurting today. I will go for a fucking hip toss on you, dude. I know I can't hit on everyone in class, but I'll get it on that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then like, there's some other guys around. They were kind of like, I don't know. They're kind of laughing. Like, I was like, yeah, dude, what the fuck? I was like, sometimes, the younger me, I'll be checking everybody in there, but I'm just like, I don't give a fuck anymore. That's not enough for
Yeah.
me. Like, you got to keep poking at the bear. You know what I mean?
I
But
feel
I
you.
just got my water. Got the fuck out. Anyway, man, this is Beyond the Road fucking podcast. It's Kwame with your boy.
Zoe in the building. What's up, guys?
Yep. That's the intro, man. And that's how we started, man. So I just kept the fucking Prada shades on. But yeah, man. We've been
Flexing
chilling.
on them. Yeah, man.
We're
Yeah,
flexing,
stuff
man.
like that happens when you catch someone on a bad day. Say they're paying rent or they're late on something. And it's like, man,
It's
you don't
tough
want
out
to
here.
get caught lacking, especially at Smart and Final, bro. You got
These guys can scrap. These are not the Trader Joe's employees. Food for
no
Less got the best scrappers, workers, and then like Smart and Finals kind of up there.
Dollar
But
Tree's
yeah,
kind of rough sometimes.
oh yeah, those guys did
Sometimes I
time.
walk. Yeah, I'm like, damn, son, get the knife.
Get
But
the knife, bro. But yeah, I fucking yep. That's how we starting, bro. But yeah, I felt the heat. You know when you can feel
yeah, the energy, right?
like the energy, like I felt it. But then the energy was like when we're about to spar, the energy is like it goes
Yeah.
up high. Like here it was like, gee, gee, like that. But if
Fluctuating. Yeah.
yeah, it was just like it wasn't enough. I was just like I felt like I don't know about you, but like when I'm about to get in situations like that, like
Yeah.
I can feel like the blood rushing. Like I don't know if you get that. I can feel like the blood rushing
Definitely
and
a
like I start
competition.
I start to feel like in my face like heat. Like I feel start to feel warm.
The
Like
spidey senses, right?
it's just like yeah, I start to feel like heat on this. It's weird, bro. Like I don't know how to explain it.
For
Like
sure.
like if he's on this side, like I can feel like tension and heat on this side because like they're
Mhm.
coming. It's weird, bro. I don't know if it's like some natural. Even when I'm
Probably,
driving, like if a car's coming, I
yeah.
feel like on this side, I feel like I can feel like some heat or like sensations. Like I don't know. It's weird. It's hard to explain, but
Yeah, there's probably
I can
some
feel the tension.
some ancestral DNA coming through or something.
Yeah, it's just like so. This my right side was like tingling. I was like, what the fuck? And I saw him, and he was just mad, bro. And I just like looked at him and. He was so mad, bro. I don't know. I don't know. Like, did I do that? Did I make him mad? But I don't know. I just felt that heat. I was like, damn,
For
go
sure.
for it. Like,
Yeah.
whoa.
I think
Does he
that's a
mean
good
go
point
for
with
my
the training though, because you could kind of tell, like when you train, like you could kind of sense the energy of like not even an altercation. I mean, you're about to go
yeah.
train, but it's just like something could potentially go down, and it's like you kind of prepare for that. Maybe not maybe like a
Mhm.
person who doesn't train won't be able to sense that, but some people are
No,
different.
you can sense it, the
Mhm.
the body language, the energy, and just like the look on their faces. But yeah, even like certain people you roll, you know, or a competition, like you feel
For
that
sure.
energy, bro, for sure. So yeah, it didn't feel like much of anything. So I was like, it's not enough to like it wasn't enough to aggravate me. I was like,
Right.
that's nothing, bro.
Cool
Like that's
story
all
though.
you got. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it was cool. But yeah, man, a lot of things going in MMA, Jiu-Jitsu. We got UFC
Yes, sir.
today, huh? Freaking
Yes.
Strickland and Dricus Duplessis.
Duplessis.
Yeah, Duplessis dog fight. Straight up, dude. Like I'm thinking Dricus is gonna take that. That guy's just a beast. He's an animal. His fighting style is a little weird. Like you sent me that thing of him and like Homer Simpson
Oh, yeah.
similarities. Homer
Yeah, that
Simpson
was
takedowns.
yeah. That was a good edit. I was like, damn, it's impressive, low key trying to grab all those clips, but yeah,
Damn.
doesn't have a natural or a traditional style for sure. So it's hard to
Mhm.
like prepare for. Not like sparring partners are gonna be fighting like that. It's like he fights like an animal, low key.
Yeah, I wonder if he like studies like animals or some weird thing like that. Like,
Maybe I
didn't
saw a Mighty Mouse pod. He's like he's trained martial arts like majority of his life though, but he was a rugby player, so that's where he gets
mm,
all those tackles from. Like they're just like natural.
oh,
Yeah.
I could see that.
Hmm.
You do hear about like football players getting into like UFC and stuff like that, and I saw that on some of the what was I watching on? Old Ultimate Fighter. I think it was with like Team Rampage. There's some NFL players on there. They did have really good takedowns, and their jujitsu sucked, so they would get like reversed or,
Yeah,
But they were teaching that guy some jujitsu, and like yeah, he was getting pretty good. I think football players, it wouldn't be a too bad of a transition to MMA, UFC if at a younger age,
right,
you know, like if they were like, they did high school and some college and then they started training MMA. I think they have a shot. Some of
right.
these got very athletic, very strong, explosive. They got that twitch energy, like that fast twitch, which I think is important in fighting, dude. Just like, and being able to tackle a 300-pound person at, sometimes they don't even weigh that. They're like, versus like, dude, like imagine Ray Lewis, dude, as an MMA fighter. Like imagine he like dedicated his like his intensity,
Right.
dude. That you're talking rampage level. Like these guys are just,
Insane.
people are trained to run you over, dude. Like running at you full speed. Like people don't run at you full speed in MMA. It's kind of like, and then you drop down. So
Yeah.
if you can tackle somebody going full speed at you, um, I'm not. I would be too surprised if these guys would be like just good grapplers, dude. Like they can actually probably win some grappling matches with, you know, a blue like with like 2 years of training. They might fucking
They're just
give
so
some of
strong.
these guys problems, dude. Yeah.
I think there's a guy named All Day MMA J or something. But like he was like
Mhm.
a player for Oregon and like a football player, and then he's transitioned to like MMA and jujitsu and stuff. But I've checked out his channel, and it is pretty interesting to see like these athletes who are just if they hooped or if they played football before, how that translates into MMA. It's like I feel like we're gonna start seeing more of the younger generation start training more sports at the same time,
Mhm.
football, jujitsu, and I feel like we're gonna start to see like a bigger talent pool when it comes to seeing these fighters because like with Dricus, like he's a rugby player. I think Josh Saunders
Oh,
too,
I didn't
also a
know that.
rugby player. He transitioned from rugby to jujitsu, and these guys just get hyper obsessed. You just got to find one thing where someone could just put all their time and energy towards, and they'll just freaking be addicted to this thing and then figure
Mhm.
it out. Because jujitsu is like just a big video game. You kind of learn a bunch of moves. There's different levels. It's like it's cool. It's pretty cool. So like people could just really find it and just stick to it.
So what do you think? What do you think about Strickland, man? This guy, he's got a freaking staph. It looked like he got a
Yeah,
staph infection on his
yeah, on his
arm.
arm, right?
He's been training like crazy though. So
Yeah, I think I don't know. I don't think it's like the safest thing to do. I'm not sure how the commission works in Australia, but I mean that's kind of gross. You don't want to be training with anyone that has staph or these skin infections because you could get it, you could get sick. But I don't think Dana would be like, oh, let's cancel the fight. I don't think it's big enough to be able to do that, but I don't know. I feel like it's kind
yeah,
of just getting glanced over.
yeah, that's a thing. Like, I feel like earlier UFC, like many years ago, like I don't know, like 10 years ago, I feel like they would take fighters out sometimes for staff, or fighters would pull out. But
Hmm.
now it's like I don't know, has Dana even mentioned it? They usually kind of don't even mention it anymore, I believe. Does Dana call it? Oh yes, yeah, it looks like he has staff. I don't think he would say that, dude.
Nah, he wouldn't. It's a lot of money
Yeah,
involved too, so it's like, why would you lose the pay per
ex-
view and the people going there for their main event? That's really, I mean, this main event is like really what people are really going to see. That seems like the card looks pretty lackluster compared to other ones that we've seen in the past. Even that fight night with Israel Adesanya, that was
mhm,
stacked, and it wasn't even a pay per view card.
mhm. Um, so like, who you picking on that main event?
I'm gonna go with
Strickland.
I think Imma go with Dricus just because I feel like he has this kind of like, I feel like he's more locked in now. I feel like at first he was like, I don't really care. I mean, not like he didn't care, but he didn't have like this seriousness to him. He was making fun of Sean Strickland and like his relationship with his dad. This last fight, this
Oh
last
yeah,
press
yeah,
conference, he was like more serious. He was just like, and it feels like Sean Strickland, he's just like he's really trying to play towards the camera a little bit with all the things he's saying. And it just
yeah.
seems kind of like, I don't know, it doesn't seem like he's too focused, but maybe he like thrives in a chaotic environment. I don't know, but I'm gonna go with Dricus on this one, but we'll see.
No, it's interesting that something Andrika said. He said, he's training, and he's not really training for Strickland. He just training how he trains.
Mhm.
He's like, yeah, even if they switch fight, take him out, like it won't even matter. It's kind of funny that he said that though. I'm like, damn, is he gonna you know, is it you can't pull out the day of, right? I mean, I don't think you can. So this fight's got to go. I'm hoping that it just goes, man. I hope there's no like we hear something like, "Oh, Strickland's out," and like, what the hell?
I think that Dan Ige fight, that last one with Diego Lopez, it was the same day, I think, where they
Oh
had, like, the
shit.
alternative.
Good.
So it
Yeah,
could
yeah.
it could potentially happen. The thing with Duplessis is just, like, his mindset. He's like he says he's willing to die in there, and he says that's the
Mhm.
easy part, and he's willing to kill his opponent in front of his family. It's like, now
Dang.
that's some crazy shit. Like, that's like you just you have to have a different kind of type of mindset to be able to think that way, especially
That's
when you're
crazy.
looking across the cage for someone that's like but I feel like Sean Strickland is the person that's willing to take that, task or that challenge. So,
Yeah, because
I
Strickland was saying that the last fight too, right? He's like, to the
yeah,
death. And he just kind of shake his hand. I was like, all right, it's gonna be a banger. Um, what was I gonna say?
mhm,
Yeah, the last fight was crazy. I guess Strickland said that he got headbutted, right?
yeah,
And he had that like fucking stripe of blood, kind of like the God of War kind of thing.
yeah, yeah,
I don't know one ever really mentioned that, but it kind of reminded me of that video game with the fucking red stripe.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it'll be interesting if he doesn't get headbutted this time. We'll see if that makes a huge difference in the fight because he's like, oh, I couldn't see. So, but Strickland's fighting style, how he does like kind of like a Philly, he does like the Philly
For the
shell,
show.
right? And
Yeah,
he does a lot of front kicks.
Teeps.
Um, so do you think it's gonna? I'm going with Dricus too, but I'm going by I think decision.
This I think that's a good play right there.
Yeah, I think
I
that's
don't
a good safe.
Imma go with that too just because, like, Sean Strickland, like, he's not known for finishing fights. Even that fight with Israel Adesanya when he had that
Mm.
clip, he didn't finish Izzy right there.
Oh damn.
And
Okay.
it's just a lot of his fights, I believe, like 12 of them are decision wins. So I think
Wow.
if it goes the
Okay.
distance, I feel like Sean Strickland, even though he's chaotic, like in the media, his fighting style is a little more defensive, like you were saying with the Philly shell. He spaces things out. He doesn't take too much risk. Well, Drickus is on the complete opposite spectrum. So he's like he goes with everything and he's just swinging Homer Simpson style and then he falls
Yeah.
down,
Yeah.
picks him up, and it's like that's the stuff. I feel like it's those even when we're like rolling, there's like little space where the fight could change, right? Like you're just like, Drickus could take advantage of that just because he wants it so bad. While Sean Strickland could be a little bit more patient, and I think
Mhm.
that'll probably be there's going to be a few moments in the fight where it's just we're going to see if Drickus could like use his will to like get position and dominate for certain rounds. Well, we'll see. I don't think it's going to be a knockout, but I hope so.
Mhm.
Honestly, those are cool.
All right. Shit. Yeah. Should be some good scraps, man. I mean, there should be some moments where they're just going at it. I know Strickland likes to do a lot of defensive fighting, but I feel like they might be throwing some wild hands here and there.
I hope
We'll
so.
see if Dricus tries to take it to the ground or if he just wants to stand up.
Hmm.
It'll be interesting. I mean, I feel like he should just take him down and just like maybe late in the fourth. I don't know, take him down and just finish it, man. Try to finish with a ground and pound, bust a Cain Velasquez type of thing, and just beat him up on the ground, just in the fight. I mean,
Yeah.
I know they don't want to like. I feel like it's more exciting, yeah, stand up. But hey, man, if you can finish it on the ground, but then yeah, you might hear Strickland say, "Oh, you had to wrestle me. You couldn't fight me like a man." He'll probably say that, right? Like you had to take me down. But I feel like just take him down, bro.
Do you
Uh,
think do you see Strickland winning the title back though? Like, do you think there's like a possibility where he could gain this? Because it felt like that was a really close fight with him and Dricus last time. He had
no,
the
it was, it
it was
was,
like
yes.
one title defense. We really didn't get to see Sean Strickland kind of be the champion for a long time. So
Nah,
it's
yeah,
just like
he could,
he definitely
he
could.
could,
I'm
he
not
could.
sure
It
who
was
will be
close.
next, even after this fight. Like who in the division would be like a good matchup for these guys.
Yeah, damn. I don't know who would be good.
Middleweight, right? Let me see.
Who's next in line? Gotta check it
Uh,
out. See who's
maybe
on the
maybe the
list.
guy who I don't even know the guy's name, the one who beat Adesanya last week. That
Oh,
one he might
I
be
forgot
up
his
for
name.
it. Yeah, yeah. Imavov. Imavov, yeah. Oh, Chimaev too. Chimaev is right there. He's waiting for that title shot. So honestly, I think whoever wins Chimaev is gonna be there for the championship. And I think Chimaev has a good shot at being champion. And for a long time because that fool's insane.
I heard that he might be able to go to Vegas soon. They're trying to
Mhm.
work something out. So, because he can only fight over there on Abu Dhabi or
Yeah, he
whatever.
has a he has an interesting situation going on. So we'll see.
It's
Yeah, no,
freaking
Adesanya's yeah.
mafia.
Yeah.
What's up with Adesanya, man? Did he
Oh, let's
retire
let's
or?
talk about Adesanya for a little bit, bro. What do you
Yeah.
think on his loss against Imavov last week? Do you feel like I feel like I've seen so many like thumbnails on YouTube about like the fall of Adesanya. Everybody's just like, kind of concerned about his
Well,
career.
I mean, dude, he was doing good the first what was that first round? He was doing good. He
Mhm,
looked fucking great. But what I noticed that he was doing was he wasn't going by his usual game plan. He was pressuring the guy. He kept walking towards him.
mhm.
Usually Adesanya like will kind of stay back and kind of counter more and just kind of do that little fucking snake charming thing that he does. Like, but yeah, that fool was like pushing forward and like coming at the guy. And I was like, damn, he's kind of rushing it a bit. And I think he tried to change his game plan and it didn't work, bro. Like like he said, he's like, oh, I want to try some new things
Yeah,
and it didn't work out. So I think if he just kind of goes back to kind of what he used to do was good. That's what I saw. And his opponent is just he's an up and coming star, dude. He's a little younger, right? Powerful. I mean, he may be the next guy. I mean, who knows? I mean, it's like Topuria, knocked out Volkanovski. We were all shocked. I mean,
that was insane.
sometimes things come to an end, bro. I mean, is this it? Is this it? You know?
It might be, bro, but I just think it's so crazy. Like even the fight when Izzy fought Duplessis and he did the Max Holloway point, right? And then he
Yeah.
he did that, and then he lost. And then
Oh
then
my
he did the
god.
then he
Yeah.
did the stopping the ref this last fight, like Poatan, pushed the
Yeah.
ref off, and then right after
Got
got clipped like that. Like, do you
whooped.
think do you think that gets into a fighter's mind where it's like, "Oh, I gotta do something for the camera or for the show?"
Yeah. He was
You
trying to make a clip. Yep. I
It's
don't know
like
why he does that. Like, just do
yeah,
your thing, bro. Like,
like he's a legend, right? It's like he's able to do these own things, but like I don't know, it just seems like I don't know, not poetic, but like it's kind of crazy how the things like align where he's trying to do the other thing and then just boom, like it's over.
yeah,
So
he's so comfortable in there. He's just like, I'm gonna reenact this. Remember he did the stare. Were you talking about the stare down right now? Remember when he did the stare
uh
down? Izzy was
no.
mimicking. Yeah, dude. He does a lot of like he was trying to do the Alex Pieta stare down too. I
Mm.
believe.
I
I
was
think he
I was
kind of.
doing the jiu-jitsu competition. I didn't watch the fight. As
Mhm.
soon as I finished the match, I looked on and then I saw Izzy lost. So I was like,
Yeah, I
damn
think
son.
he did it at. I think he did it at like one of his last fights, but he was doing the whole thing where you don't blink and shit.
Yeah, like
I don't
Yuri.
know if yeah, I think he was doing that. It might have been against I don't know Dricus. I don't know, but yeah, but I know what you mean. This guy, I don't know what's going on, bro. He's just trying to make little viral clips, or I don't know. He shouldn't have did that shit, bro. He should have reset it, and but we'll see what he has to exactly say. Like, hey, bro, why the fuck did you do that, dude? Just do your thing. I mean, he's thinking too much in the cage. Like, oh, I'm gonna do a spinning flying kick. I don't know. Maybe it's like just maybe he was just having fun, bro, and then got fucking knocked out, dude. I
It's
don't
just
know.
sad, bro. Seeing someone who has like this catastrophic rise and then just you start slowly declining. I know it happens to everyone, it's time,
It does.
but it's just sad to see, It's like as a fan, you've seen this guy from the beginning of his career all the way to the peak, and now it's like we're rooting for him, and you want to make sure he's
Hmm.
doing good. But a lot of these fighters, they can make a name for themselves going against these big names, and they wanna beat him, and it's tough to hang in there. It's a crazy ass sport, dude.
Yeah. Who else is who else were we saying that's like he's getting close to retiring? He's been whooping everybody. Uh, Not Alex Pieta. Who else has been going on a streak?
Winning streak
Uh,
or losing?
yeah, older. No, winning. Is it is it Pantoja? Yeah, Pantoja too, right? He's older too, right? Isn't he like 30, 35, 36?
I think he's
Um,
like I think he's like early 30s, low key. But yeah, his division hasn't really, gave him
cleaned it out.
yeah, and it's kind of crazy to see. It's like, yo, this guy, he's gonna be champion for a long time, and no one could really just.
But I feel like you should fight till you lose. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, yeah,
I feel like that gives the next you're giving the next person an opportunity, you know, to kind of like have a legacy too because like think about all the people that just didn't like retired later like Silva, you know what I mean? Like he got in there with who did Silva fight later? Later he fought Izzy too, right? He fought
yeah.
Izzy
He
later
did
in his
towards the end
career.
of the
He
yeah,
took a loss, right?
yeah.
Silva took a loss by
Silver
decision, I
loss.
think.
Mhm.
So it's like Silva didn't give a fuck. He's just like he goes in there, he has fun too. He didn't get knocked out, but it's like so for some people, the people that retire early, I'm just like, why are you doing that? Like,
Yeah, respect to them. I think Dustin Poirier did that with Saint Denis. He's like, "Oh, give the young cat a shot." A lot of
yeah,
people gave him a shot when he was up and coming, and I think that's probably the best way to make a name for yourself. If it's not like a ranked opponent, like having a big name, like I mean, even with Adesanya and like with Anderson Silva too. It's like if you beat Anderson Silva, that dude was a legend.
hmm
So yeah, I do see what you're saying, and maybe we'll see someone for like a good opponent for Pantoja or Top Turo. Taporia seems like he's cool with the division. He wants to move up. He's like thinking about fighting Islam, and I think that would be like the craziest fight that we could see with the current roster that we have with Taporia and Islam.
yeah. I think Islam's gonna retire early, like Habib, because he was talking
Really?
about that.
Right.
Yeah, he was saying like there's a certain age they want to retire, but we'll see. Um, I feel like Habib retired early too. I mean, I feel like he could have done more, but I don't
Yeah.
know.
Is there a certain way that's like perfect? Like is that I don't know. It's like if you go all the
Maybe.
way to the end and you start slowly declining, you lose a couple, do you lose your reputation? Like if John Jones loses against Aspinall, is his career tarnished? Because Habib was undefeated, and
hmm
it's like, but at the same time, it's like his dad passed away, and then he like kind of cut it short just because he didn't want to fight without his dad there. I don't know. The matchmaking has to do with it. Like Floyd Mayweather, these boxers they don't want to lose
Yeah,
their kind of their stuff. So is it better to leave early or just play it all the way until wheels fall off?
I was saying play till the wheels fall off, man. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
Like that, like Habib, just go up and weight division. I don't know, man. He
but like
should.
with Ferguson, is that too much? Is
Yeah,
that
he
too?
kind of he did it. He
Or
kind of overdid it. Yeah,
ah,
he kind of overdid it a little bit. Yeah, I think he should have left the UFC and fought somewhere else.
mhm.
But and all the other freaking promotions suck, bro. To be honest with you, I mean,
It's rough.
nobody's gonna watch that shit. So I mean, it would be cool for him to just fight like up and coming fighters or something.
Mhm.
But then it's like if you lose to an old Ferguson, it like kind of tarnishes
It's kind of like a
you know,
lose-lose. Yeah, where you beat
a
a
little bit,
legend,
right?
but he's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I
So
see
it's
that.
like nobody really knows how to benefit from that. So the only thing you can do is put him against old UFC fighters, that are like on their way out too. Kind of
She
try to find a
Yeah,
good
because the newer
match.
generation is coming in. Dominic Cruz announced his retirement. Tony Ferguson, Chris
These guys
Weidman.
are these guys are jacked up. Dominic Cruz said he has two blown out shoulders. I'm like, damn, why wasn't he getting surgery before? Like,
Stem cells, something.
I think he just, I think they work a lot. They're doing
Mhm.
all that analyst stuff, and I mean, surgery does put you out for a while. So maybe they're like, oh, I'll hold off. But then it's like that shit was disappointing because I was like, shoulder, they can fix shoulders, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
No,
like
that's
they
that's
can afford that shit too. So I'm just like, I don't that to me, I was like kind of disappointed in that too. I was like,
Yeah, I was kinda excited to see Dominic Cruz, fight just because he's been, a UFC fighter for so long, and it's just like, yeah, the body wears down. These guys aren't really superheroes, you wish they
nah,
were,
yeah,
where they could just
yeah.
fight all the time, but, like, the body wears out on them. But maybe down the line, we'll start seeing some more, like, permissions or, like, peptides or whatever they got
Oh
going on
yeah,
so to keep the fighters, like, healthy as much as they can, and,
true.
maybe do some brain studies as well because I know what the UFC is like. It's rough in there, especially when you hear
Hmm.
the fights without like the crowd noise. You could really hear like all the impact and stuff, and it's like, damn, son, these guys are getting freaking rocked daily.
Dude, so what do you think about the John Jones big announcement? He freaking
Yo,
just
yeah, what was
man.
that? We're kind of expecting. I know we're talking about like, oh, he's gonna call out Aspinall. He's gonna set up this fight, um, and then he had this like campaign. What was it for exactly?
It it was for like transparency on costs for like hospital bills, which is good.
Right.
Like he used the MRI as an example. He's like, we should know if it costs 600 or 6,000, which is true.
Hmm.
Because you go to a hospital, it's an MRI is going to be, it could be a couple $1,000s. And then if you go to an outpatient center, like he said, it'll be like 400, 500. So it's like you want to avoid really going to a hospital for anything unless it's an emergency because they can charge you whatever they want. They're going to charge you like fees for everything, bro. They'll charge you like 4,000 for a pain injection, like when it's not even worth that much, which is like, it's sad. It's right. I mean,
Hmm.
and I mean, I guess they do go to being professional fighters. Some of these guys, like say the people he trains with, they probably don't even, they're just like, they probably don't really have insurance. Some of these guys,
Hmm.
um, or they have normal jobs and, John Jones probably puts them in the hospital, some of his partners, who knows?
Probably.
And then it
Yeah.
kind of correlates with him being in that campaign. I see that. I see because he's supposed to getting scanned all the time. But it's so random. I mean, he must have got a nice check from that. Um, but I was like, dude, he had a press conference for that. Like, what the fuck? Like, that shit was crazy. He's ducking Aspinall. I hate to say that, but he really is, bro. I don't know. I hope
Mhm.
he fights him, but damn, bro. I feel like if they can get enough, man, UFC should let these guys get sponsors again, bro. Like, because
That would help out so much.
I feel like he can make 100 million if he can get sponsors.
Right.
Because who wouldn't want to sponsor John Jones, bro? This will be getting sponsored by
He was sponsored
who?
by
Like,
Nike, right?
dude, Nike alone, bro. They're gonna throw a check at you for like what is LeBron James's? I don't know. Like it's like more than his like basketball deal, I think, the Nike deal. So
Mhm.
yeah. Imagine Nike comes at him, hey man, we're gonna give you fucking $250 million deal for 5 years. We're gonna have your own shoes gonna come out. We're gonna have the shirts. You're gonna have your own Jordan threes, whatever. The
Mhm.
John Jones. They can play with the J's, triple J threes. I don't
Yeah,
know,
he got
John
signed for
Jones.
$1 billion. LeBron did for a
There
bill.
you go, bro. So that's why it pisses me off that like UFC is like that because all these guys can make a lot of money, dude. Even the guys that are just like on the prelims, bro.
Yeah, they're
Because
getting
it's
paid
like
10 and 10.
that ain't shit, dude. Like, imagine just getting a sponsor by Toyo Tires or fucking McDonald's. Like, McDonald's is like, hey, you're not the best fighter, but you're out there.
Yeah,
People are
get the name out
watching
there.
you. Here's fucking 100K. You're like, damn, I was only getting 10K for the fight. Like, so
Yeah, be on the
that's what
roll
I
sponsor in
wish.
there.
Yeah, yeah, you can pay them, dude. Yeah, give them like $500. They'll be like, I'll throw you on the flag. Like, yeah, dude. Easily, easily, bro.
Do you think that was,
So
like, the best way for him to announce that? Just because
yeah,
all the hype?
hell yeah. I was at work looking, I was like, oh shit. And then I was like, oh, but yeah,
Yeah, you
everybody.
called it, though. You did call it. You were like, "Oh, this guy's gonna come out with, like, a crypto
Mhm.
thing." He's like, "Oh, Imma be pissed," but I
They
mean,
did
it
that.
does seem like it's for a good cause, though. I mean, it
It
does
is,
you're
yeah.
mentioning it with your, like, finger and stuff, how they're just, like they charge you for whatever, and it's really
No transparency, dude, because
no,
it's a random bill. I'm like, well,
no,
how
they
much
don't
is it
show
gonna
you how mu
cost?
yeah, they don't break down the item sheet of, like, "Oh, this costs this, and that costs that," It's messed up. I do think like over there in like some different countries where the healthcare is free for the people, I think that's like cool. Like, that should be like, yo, like take care of your homies, but
Yeah, Canada.
yeah, so maybe down the line we'll get to that point, but maybe some more talk about the healthcare system may open up some conversation to improve it.
What else, man? We didn't talk
Uh,
about Bryce Mitchell
yo,
coming out.
yo, that was insane.
That was crazy. Didn't expect that, but
Nah, that was his first episode, bro.
first
But
episode.
Dana White
Oof.
didn't fire him, which was
Nope.
insane.
Freedom of speech, and he knows that it's going to draw eyes because people are going to want to see him get beat up, or there might be some weird group of people that follow him and like, yeah, we like this because I'm sure he's got a lot of followers. Um, but yeah, it's a crazy time. There's that tells you right there. There is a niche for everything, dude.
Yeah,
There's a niche for this wild ass comments and racist stuff. It's like it's crazy. Like it's like almost anything you do, you're gonna have a following, and it's like people just it's like entertainment to some people. Maybe there's people that fucking believe that they're sick in the head, uneducated. There's a lot of people in the U.S. dude that are just uneducated, dude. Just you'll be surprised people that drop out of like elementary, bro. Like just like I don't even know if that guy graduated high school or middle school
mhm.
because he was homeschooled supposedly, right? You're telling me, but
I
it's
just
it's
I
it's
know Bryce
insane.
Mitchell, he's like the conspiracy theorist, thinks the earth is flat, thinks
Mhm.
he was talking about like the indoctrination from schools. I do think like once you start opening your mind to those types of those ideas, it could get dangerous just because you start believing anything like you think you know all the answers and it's like, oh, this
Yeah,
is this way. And then you get on a podcast and you start spreading all this stuff and it's like if he worked any other job, this fool's getting fired. I
he's
hate to say
done.
it, but it's over. But the UFC, they're just like, this guy's a dumbass, and then
Yeah.
he's gonna get maybe Josh Emmett again or something. It's like, who knows?
So yeah, that shows you, and I was talking to you about that UFC fighters are just different than a lot of athletes.
Mhm,
Especially like you're looking at pro ball. A lot of basketball players, NFL players, are very intelligent, dude. They keep this in mind. They went to college, bro. They got a lot of them got degrees. Not all of them came out of high school,
mhm,
but a lot of these guys are pretty smart. And I know there's ways where some athletes can get in and they cheat and they just pay for their grades, but for generally these guys are smart. Like I had a cousin that played for the Raiders, LA Raiders, and this motherfucker is a psychologist. He's a
sick.
6'5", 6'6",
Mhm.
380, big ass black dude, fucking jacked. But he can fucking truck your ass, but then he can also help you with like your problems and talk to you. Like
Yeah,
he's like the softest guy, but he's
that's
just
cool, man.
fucking he'll kill you. Like smart guy. So yeah, so then the UFC, you got people that are just like they got all kind of demons. They went through a lot of them, not all of them, but
Right.
some are very intelligent and they have that martial arts way, like a GSP type of guy.
Mhm,
But there's some that are just savages, bro. They're in the cage, and because MMA, like and like there's a difference between boxers and jujitsu guys and wrestlers. I feel like they all kind of like have their own different kind of personality. You know what I mean? I feel like boxers are really the ones I've met in LA, just
mhm,
really cocky. Talk a lot of shit. They want to fight everybody, and I feel like the jujitsu people, especially Brazilian jujitsu, you know, maybe more gi, more traditional. These guys are more calm, more chill. You got a lot of these guys are successful. You know what I mean? They're just like they have businesses. You got doctors doing it. You got like students. You got educated because it's like technique and then you got these no-gi guys at 10th Planet. You got them. They're conspiracy theorists. They're smoking weed. It's just like everybody. It's like it's a trip, dude. And you kind of see that in UFC. Like these jiu-jitsu guys talk different from some of these like random brawlers from the fucking South. I don't know, like a Strickland versus a like a Oliveira or something. You know what I
mhm.
mean? Like
Yeah, yeah.
it's a trip. Like, but you can't contain these guys, man. They got them demons, dog, and they're gonna say what they want to say. At the end of the day, these guys are killers, bro, and you expect them to go be up here and have a normal conference and not swing at each other in the lot. That's what they do, bro. Like
Yeah, that's
that's
what they're
what they
made
do.
for, right?
So it's like Dana figured that out, and he's just like, "Oh, they fought in the crowd. You guys sat them next to each other. Like you knew it was gonna happen. You sit Strickland next to whatever Drekis or whoever that
Mhm.
was. Remember when he jumping at him and swinging on each other?
Yeah, he
And
did the little
literally,
gun thing, and then
literally, I think to be honest with you, you can fight. I think you can fight somebody at a UFC. Like you can fight somebody in the crowd, and they won't arrest you. Like I've been seeing a lot of videos, people talking like, "Hey, man, there's fights in the crowd. They end up fighting, and they stop. They shake hands, and then nothing happens." So I'm just like,
crazy.
it's a different
No, it
sport, bro.
is.
It's
I think Dana mentioned, he said, the UFC fighters are one of the most paranoid people in the world. He said that himself, like, and
mhm,
he's the owner, you know.
mhm,
So it's just like crazy to see, like, you know, a lot of these fighters are on edge. They're in this kind of weird, modern gladiator type of way, and even their interactions, they're kind of playing chess. You know, they're just like they don't know if they're gonna fight them down the line in their careers. You got to have these groups where you're like training with people, and it's like you got ops, and you got like have to, and it's like it's weird. It's a weird place to be. And these fighters, even like when they're walking out, I think Armin and Marab, they fight fans in the crowd on the way to the ring. It's like
that's
trying
what
to
I'm
control
saying,
these
bro.
guys. These guys break rules. These guys break
Mhm.
rules, and trying to put rules on these guys is going to be like impossible. So we're going to see some crazy ass stuff, and it's like that's just what it is.
And I want to talk to you about the Nick Diaz. That documentary I saw.
Yeah.
I wasn't really sure who made it. It came
What
on my
the people listening to the name of the doc?
was it by Vice?
Yeah, it was by Vice.
Viceland? It was by
Hmm.
Vice, Nick Diaz documentary. We can post a link. Very cool. Somebody posted it. I was like, dope. So I watched it. And I watched other documentaries on Nick and yeah, man, his life story is dope. But like I wanted to get to like the fighter mentality.
Hmm.
Um so he fought this guy. I can't really think of his name right now. If it was Riggs or Briggs. Um, Anyway, after the fight, Nate did lose the fight. They were in the hospital,
Hmm.
and that guy, the other opponent, Riggs, is on the bed, and I guess Nate, he's in the hospital too, but he can walk and stuff. And the other opponent was on the bed, couldn't walk, and they were talking shit to each other, and they
Hmm.
just started getting down, dude.
The hospital.
Nate and Nick were fucking the other dude up in the hospital, bro. Like, so that just shows you, like, that's something else, bro. Like most people would be like, "All right, fight's over," But these
Yeah,
motherfuckers like, "Nah,
it's
dude." And
personal.
Nate was like, "Nah, fuck that." Or Nick and Nate were like, "Fuck that." Like, so that shit's crazy, bro. And then he talked about his childhood. Like he had a girlfriend and high school, and I guess a lot of guys were trying to get at her, and he had a fight for her. And this is what he said. He said he got in a lot of fights over her for her,
Hmm.
and he was just like, I'm not gonna lose. I can't lose. And he was just fucking everybody up. And
Cannot
then getting
afford
kicked.
to lose.
Yeah. And then he got kicked out, and then he started training at I know he's training with Caesar Gracie and them, and he just from there as a kid, just ditching school and training. And dude was locked in. And they said they were putting him in fights. He was fucking up people, and this fool was like, before you know it, he's just like in the UFC. Then, he had all the complications with UFC for
Right.
smoking weed, and it's a dope documentary though. You guys fucking check it out.
Check it out. It's Dark Side of the Cage. I think that's the name of it.
Yeah, there you go.
Mhm.
And he's kind of like an innovator. Like back in the day, like this fool would be smoking and he'd be high during fights, and nobody was like publicly really doing that, and they were really harsh on him. They gave him suspensions, and Dana was really really tough on him.
Yeah.
And other guys would do steroids, they get a slap in the wrist, they'll be back. They'll suspend Nick for like 18 months or some shit, and just really, then he'll come back and be like, "Oh, you're going against GSP." He's like, "What the fuck?" Like, you know what I mean? Like, so they were trying to take him out, but dude put up some good fights against GSP and Silva. So I think, and then Silva was actually hit with roids, which nobody see. People, they try to hide this shit all the
Yeah.
time, but
Talk
yeah, he
about it.
did. He was on roids, so that one was overturned. So I was like, oh well, fucking. In my eyes, Nick won that fight. He beat Silva. Imagine
Yeah, he
Silva
did.
wasn't on roids, it would be different, bro. So just like he was always saying, dude, everybody's on fucking steroids. I was like, damn, that shit was crazy. But innovator. But now you could smoke as much weed as you want in the UFC. But yeah, he started that whole thing just like not showing up to press conferences and just not doing interviews. And he wasn't like a muppet or puppet.
Yeah.
And they're like, they wanted him to do a blind date. He's like, why the fuck would I do that? I'm a fighter. Like,
Yeah, this
so he's
guy's
like,
just made for fighting, right?
yeah. So he put his foot down on a lot of things. He's like, oh fuck it, I'll fight somewhere else. And then he did. He'll go to Strike Force but pretty cool. I mean, damn, dude, if Nick was at his prime at like a different time period where he wouldn't get suspended so much, shit would be a lot different, bro. Like
For sure.
things would be a lot different. So
And he was in the same division with Nate, right? Were they
I
at
think
did they fight
so.
the same weight?
Yeah, yeah. They always talked about what if they fought, but nah,
No,
that's dumb
I
fighting your
wasn't
brother.
insinuating. I was
Oh,
just
okay.
saying, like, just taking over a division, say, like, Taporia, like, he owns a division and your brother's still in there. It's like it's hard to navigate, like, "Oh, Imma fight this guy. No, I wanna fight him," you know? It's like, I wonder
Yeah.
what the relationship was. Seems like they're really close, you know? Like, it seems like,
Hmm.
Nick, the older brother, was just trying to make sure, Nate was alright, and that's, like, a cool thing to see. It's like, how what are the odds of getting both brothers in the UFC and having both of them be just as dominant as they were. Nick and Nate have like insane cardio. They'll do like these triathlons. They'll swim to Alcatraz and back, and that was
It's
like they're known
crazy.
for that. And they're freaking stoners, and they smoke, but they still they still train. They get the stuff done. And it was kind of unfortunate with the situation with Nick, but it does show kind of the growth of the sport. Now people are more open towards these sort of things, and unfortunately Nick was the one who dealt with most of those consequences. So um he kind of set the path. Who knows, he kind of made these he's kind of like in like a metaphoric sense, like he was the older brother making all the mistakes first, and then the younger generation kind of learned from the older brother. So he should be like
Yeah.
just cemented as a legend because he is.
Yeah, he is, dude.
So
Got the glove. I got
yeah.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
But I like that. I like when he fought Cyborg, and after he beat him, he jumped on the cage and flipped off Cyborg's wife, and she was just crying in the crowd. He's like, "Fuck you, motherfucker!"
Dude's
It,
insane, bro. Like both of them. It's
like
like I can't even imagine how that is.
nobody used
Okay.
to do that shit, bro. In the US, nobody does that. So that's why we're like now
Well,
everybody's like jumping on the cage and flipping people off. He started that shit. So
yeah, he was like
that was,
NWA for the UFC.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, and then Nate kind of carried it on, huh?
Yeah.
All the
Pa-
gangster shit.
Pass the
Don't
pass the torch.
throwing the water bottles.
Yeah, to Islam.
He's like,
They're still about
he's like,
that life, bro.
they look thirsty, so I just threw them some water. But it's kind of a mind game because imagine you're cutting weight and somebody's throwing water at you, and you're just like, fucking bitch, I can't. And
Can't
yeah,
drink
that's
that.
weird. Yeah, I can't
Yeah,
drink it.
could be. Could
You
be.
think Nate? Do you think Nate just is at home with like a 35 pack of water, and he's just like
Just
just has a
imagine
target and
he's
he's
like,
just
"Hey,
practicing?
bring the waters, guys. Make sure just have ammo, unlimited ammo. Just have a duffel bag full of water bottles."
Imagine just beaming somebody, dude. This shit would
Dude,
hurt.
that would hurt, bro. I would be pissed off too. It's like, damn, you fucking just threw
Wow.
a water bottle at me, bro. You gotta throw it back. It's like a grenade or
Dude,
something. But
that
yeah,
shit's
dude,
funny,
I'm
bro.
excited. I'm excited for these fights, though, man. Zhang Wei Li. I feel
Hell
like
yeah,
she's gonna get the dub against Tatiana. It seemed
yeah.
like the press conference was kind of like, I don't know. I don't know if you tuned in,
I,
but it was like at
I
night.
did.
It was just
Yeah,
like, you know, I wish they kind of like set a couple more fighters, maybe up and comers, like big names. But um, I'm still excited for this fight.
it's
It's
gonna be good.
interesting. Yeah, it's definitely interesting though. But Izzy, hope he makes a return, bro. Honestly,
Yeah, he'll be all right. He'll be back. He'll be back. It's
yeah.
tough.
But I
It's
just
tough
got back
bullying.
from my second jiu-jitsu competition.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it was like a month. I think it was New Year's Eve when I decided like, yo, I'm gonna sign up for this
Dang.
competition, bro. I'm like, you know what? Because it was like 5 months since my first one, and I was at white
Mhm,
belt, and I was
mhm.
thinking like, yo, I need to get another one in. I know you got like your second one in. I think it was in
Yeah.
what was it? August, or I forget. No, not August. It was like in November,
Yeah, something like that. End of
somewhere
the year.
around the end of
Yeah.
the year, right? And I couldn't
Yeah.
make it, so I was just like, okay, I need to get back in there just because we're blue belts now. I'm like, okay, if I wait too long, it's just like I'm gonna have excuses built up. So I'm like, okay,
Yep.
let's sign up, let's get it in. And I was expecting to have like, 12, 15 people in the division since it's like IBJJF and it was my first IBJJF tournament. But there was only one person in my division. So like 5 days
Crazy.
before, I checked the schedule and I see this one guy in my division and I look him up and this dude's a judo black belt. I'm like, damn, son, like that's quite a task for it. So
Insane.
I was just like preparing for like 3, 4 days of just like getting ready for the match, like just making sure like I'll pull guard. Don't want to stand up with this dude, get uchi right away. But I pulled guard, and then I felt more comfortable the second time around than the first time, just because
Nice.
it felt like I was like, oh, okay, we're back in here. It's kind of like I don't know, like I don't know how to explain it. It's like a weird sensation just because you got some anxiety, some nervousness, and I
Mhm.
was just like, I'm going against a black belt, a judo black belt. So I'm like, all right, I gotta be locked in. I didn't know what was gonna happen, but as soon as I pulled guard, felt kind of confident. I kind of regained my guard, and then he ended up passing my guard, and then setting
Mhm.
it up an Americana. Now it wasn't the cleanest Americana. It was like I felt like it was really high, so my
Yeah, it was
elbow was
weird.
really high. But I did feel like if I were to fight it, um, I could potentially hurt my shoulder just because it's
Yeah.
like it's if it's too late, if he applies it like full force and he rips it, my shoulder is toast, bro. So I'm like, I
Yeah,
thought about that
everything.
and it was kind of like a quick decision just to tap. But it was like a quick match, bro. It was like 30 seconds. But
Mhm.
the experience was dope. I met some cool people. Met this guy named
Nice.
Kai who posts like on Instagram and stuff. He's also a
Oh,
blue
yeah, yeah,
belt.
yeah.
I said
I
what's
remember.
up to him. I introduced myself, and I guess IBJJF didn't allow him to wear his belt because it was like too old. For
That's
some
funny.
reason, it was like a little faded, and I'm like, "Hey man, you could just
I
borrow my belt. Like, hey, you could just borrow mine." And he's like, "Oh, I go right now." So I thought I had like 45 minutes to until I went, but the matches kept on going fast. So I'm like, "Oh snap." I might
Yeah.
need my belt back. So my dad, he actually went to there was a Gracie bar like 5 minutes away, so he was gonna give me another belt just in case. But we ended up getting it situated. I got
Crazy.
my belt back, and then I warmed up with my brother. I know
Oh, still.
the first time we competed, we did a warm up, right? Remember that warm up
Yeah.
round we did?
Yeah, it was clean.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. It was like a crazy feeling, like, oh, we're about to go to freaking battle, and it feels like I don't know. I think that's one of my favorite parts of competition is getting ready for it, just
Right
because like
right
you're amped
before.
up. Yeah,
I told you it reminded me of the UFC, dude, when they show them in the locker room,
yeah,
just like some little mats, and they're just like,
yeah, exactly. They got a little Drewski, the little
yeah,
the little
yeah,
the little clip of them. Yeah, that's what it feels like, bro. And it's like you don't know how
get
it's
that
gonna
little
go.
sweat.
Yeah, getting the heart rate up. I saw Anthony and Aaron pop in, and they're like, "Oh man, get ready." Anthony just gave me some
That's crazy
pointers.
they were there.
Yeah, they pulled up and like help me out. I'm like, all right, let's get it, man. And I wish I got like a few matches in,
Mhm.
but at the end of the day, it's just like getting more experience and getting more comfortable.
IB
And
IBJFF, even if there's one in your division, it's one and done.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think
The
so.
rules
But
is it always one and done? Maybe, huh?
it could be. But I was just thinking like if you sign up for like the open weight class, or if you
Oh,
do no gi, you could get a few more matches in.
that
Um,
might be the move. Maybe.
I did see a clip of Marcelo Garcia recommending that for competitors, just
Yeah.
to get as much like chances as you can. Just say you get a tough opponent or things don't go your way. It's just it's harder to go for one match and then you have
Mhm.
to drive back. It's like especially if you don't win. I mean, it's like you gotta go, but that's just what it is. To compete. Um, that's why I would love to see if like there's more local tournaments just to get more in. But
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea just to open up
Hey,
and get more opportunities to train. But overall, it was a great experience, bro.
yeah, I was gonna say mad respect for, doing that, getting yourself out there again. And I mean, I feel like you beat all the people that just did not show up because a lot of people just won't ever sign up for a competition. I feel like you're already winning by signing up, bro. Like at the UFC, they pay you actually just to weigh in. Like that's what they're saying. Armin would have got like, I don't know, a couple hundred K, 200K just to weigh in, just
Damn.
to weigh in. So even just showing up to a weigh in, is a big deal, because
Mhm.
people are scared. A lot of people can't even do that, bro. And then it's like, making the weight. What I'm trying to say, making so you made the weight, um, and then you trained and you signed up against this black belt, and to me, you beat everybody in that county, bro. All the blue belts, because if you never put it online, you can't say shit. If you never put it online, can't say anything, and that's why you deserve that medal, bro. I mean, shit, they didn't even have a third place. Third guy couldn't. I know
Yeah.
there's other fucking blue belts at
200.
209 in the fucking
Yeah.
count. I know there is. They said, oh fuck that. They didn't show up. So to me, that's the champion right there, bro. Just being there, going up, and just like Macchiano fucking signing up. Hey, dude, he's going against a high level guy from Dagestan. He didn't give a fuck. He's like, let's get this fucking bread. Let's do it. I'm here. I'm ready. I trained. I made weight. And he signed up. There's a lot of guys that probably won't even sign that, that are scared. Like, oh, fuck, I don't want to get embarrassed. Oh, I could lose. So to me, dude, you did it. You did that shit, bro. Like,
Appreciate it, bro. And it's just like,
especially knowing that guy's a black belt. Fucking
yeah. I was talking to you
99% of the
before.
world, bro, are not stepping in that on that mat, bro. So that's
I'm not
huge
gonna lie.
experience.
I was just like, yo, might as well. I was talking to you like, yo, this guy, he's probably like a competitor. He probably competes a lot, but at the same time, can't be focused too much on the opponent. He's got to test yourself, and that's what it was. It was just like, okay, I'll be able to take that information and
Yeah.
apply that back to training or whatever. Just it's really just like trying to figure myself out. Just because once you compete, like I feel like you reveal a lot of yourself there. It's like the how much time you train, if you took it seriously or not, or just like you learn how you are when you're nervous and high intense situations. And I feel like that's kind of the main benefits from competition that I got from that last match. So I'm like, all right,
You
we'll take that and we'll keep it moving.
you had a solid game plan too, because you know you didn't get fucking hip toss, you didn't get fucking suplex. You could have
Yeah,
got that, bro.
for sure
You
got
could
could
have
have
got that. So
got
you had a
yeah.
solid game plan. Like that's what I'm saying. People were scared to go in there, and you're like, well, he's a judo guy. I'm gonna set up I'm a pull guard. Like you're smart, dude. Like you game planned it well, and you did all right, bro. I'm saying like you could have got fucked up. Like you didn't, no injuries, dog. You walked away
That's a dub.
unscathed, bro.
That's a dub though. That is a dub.
So
But yeah,
nah,
I think
those like
mhm.
Pokemon, dude. Like you go against battle, Pokemon get fucked up. Your Pokemon, but they got experience points. You hit the fucking the little Poke Center, and you're back at it, bro. Like
Yeah, back in the
you
Poke
just
Center
got
for sure.
experience. You just leveled up.
Yeah,
There's no like so I say they say training competition is just leveling up. It's just leveling up, bro. Like after we did that, you had that chakra, you go back. Like I know after we, you know, did that comp, we came back. I mean, I felt like we were better, bro. Like and um yeah, everyone's got to if you're capable of sparring after class, you're capable of doing a tournament, bro. Like
yeah,
I know it's you do sacrifice. It's going to be the whole day. Like when we went to the tournament, I mean, you can't just do your tournament and fucking leave. We were there the whole day, bro.
yeah,
It's an all day thing. So
for
just
sure.
be prepared for that
Mhm.
and just enjoy it. I was like, you know what? We're gonna be here till fucking 7. I'm gonna enjoy my time.
Yeah,
I did my match. I'm gonna watch everyone else. I'm gonna catch the vibes. I knew some people from Morgan Hill. They were there at the last one,
mhm.
and it was cool. So, but yeah, man, I can't wait. As soon as I'm 100% healthy, get back. I don't give a fuck. I'll go with anybody, bro. I don't
Right.
care. Like,
I think that's the biggest thing is like, especially after your first comp, if it doesn't go, even if it does go your way, it's like it's a lot. It's like there's nerves, and it's like real. Everything's like okay, you're like very present in the moment, especially when you compete. And that was like the biggest thing that I wanted to do personally, was just to get a second one in, just because like damn, the first one was crazy. Like that was like I never felt anything like that, and then just hopping back in there and just like all right, we'll just keep it moving and not like take it. make it put too much pressure on myself. I feel like the first one I was like, oh, I gotta do this, do that. This one I was just like, okay, I'm nervous, trying to figure it out, but at the same time, accept whatever happens.
Yeah.
Whatever happens. So
At the end of the day, you're a silver medalist, bro.
silver
Fuck it.
medalist. Yeah, I got it. I got it back here. Someone.
Yeah,
It's right there.
that's dope.
Posted up.
That's fucking sick. Yeah,
It's a nice
so
medal,
shit.
bro. I was like,
In
damn,
the
this is a nice
future,
medal.
your children, your grandchildren, whatever, you have
Hopefully,
kids, you'll be like fucking. All you gotta know is that I'm a fucking silver medalist against a judo black belt. That's all you gotta say. You're at dinner, you're like, face judo black belt,
That's crazy.
came out with silver. That's all you gotta fucking know.
But yeah,
But
I'm
yeah,
down
that's
for
cool.
some more in the future though, for sure.
Yeah, we get these local tournaments. Go fuck these fools up. I've been looking at we've seen some videos of the local tournaments. I know I have, and those guys.
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, dude, I think we can get. I think we can cause some damage here.
Yeah, but like
And
what you said, it is like a test. You get to see like how your jujitsu compares to someone
mhm.
else's, and it's like trying to figure out what works for you. And sometimes you might surprise yourself with a couple moves and stuff. It's like you're like, oh, I didn't even know I had that in my bag, and it just comes out, and it's like, oh snap, like I'm capable of doing more than I thought. So, it,
Dude, the feeling, the first tournament we did, dude, that was the best, bro. Like just being out there, and then like I had my match with that one dude, and then I'm just hearing all you guys in the crowd and shit, and I thought I had that fucking armbar on that guy. I feel like the fucking special was going off in Tony Hawk, bro. That shit was like, I felt like I was like, damn, I got this full fucking
yeah,
armbar, this nigga, and he got away. But just that feeling for that moment, that moment, I'm just like, fucking. But he got out, but I was like,
I
just
know
that
what you
moment,
mean.
bro. And I was like,
Yeah, it's cool.
damn.
And it's like
And then get
it's like a deeper sense that you get to know your like teammates. I don't know. It's like
yeah,
I hear Anthony in the crowd. I'm like, what the hell? Where's this guy at? Like it feels like he's like in a different realm talking to me.
wizard, wizard.
100
I'm like,
kilos, 100 kilos. I'm like, where the hell
where
is
are
this
you,
guy?
bro?
Yeah. I'm just like, it's
Where are
crazy.
you? And you look at the video and you're like, oh, he's right there. It's like,
Yeah.
where's Waldo and shit? You see that fool?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, what
Yeah.
the hell? It's just it's so crazy. And it's like the more you're in there, you're
Mhm.
more like comfortable. And I think that's like important. So if you
Yeah,
guys are
and then there's
interested in
like,
sign up, go ahead, bro.
oh yeah, with the crowd too, it's kind of cool too. It's like a lot of people in the crowd, so
Yeah.
it's kind of like it gets that it's like fucking Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter. You see those fucking hands in the background, and you're just like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, this shit's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. So I'm like, yeah, it's kind of cool just like just because there's so many emotions that come to it. It's like usually with training and stuff, like everything's pretty the same. Like everything's
Uh,
pretty much the same. You get to,
mhm.
compete, you spar, but it's different out there. So it's just like getting ready
We
for
got to
that.
get our hand. We got to get our hand raised though.
Yeah, for sure.
As soon as I
That's
get
what
my hand raised, I'm a fucking. It's
change
gonna
your
be a big
profile
ass.
picture.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big ass poster, frame poster of me in the back, just like all tired, like
You start handing out signatures. He's like,
yeah,
he's like, you want a picture, bro? You go to Smart and
yeah.
Final, and they're like, who's this guy? It's like,
Fucking gold medalists in a 3-man
you start
masters.
wearing the medal everywhere.
Dude, I will. I'm thinking
Seminars.
about damn, right after.
Yeah,
I gotta get it. If I win, I gotta get a picture like that. All
yeah,
crazy, like
yeah.
ah. You just win by
For
points,
sure.
but you
Yeah,
still you're like ah.
dude gets disqualified, and you're just like, just
Then you
can't.
don't get it, like fuck.
Yeah, dude,
Ah man. No,
hella
but yeah,
fun.
it's fun. It's hella fun. It's fucking the parking meter, dude. That's all I gotta say. Inside,
Yeah,
that shit was
inside
funny, bro.
is yeah, inside. Bro.
Classic, dude.
Yeah, dude,
Classic.
can't
But yeah,
wait. I think there's a few. There's one in LA. I think there's one in Sacramento. IBJJF. It's just like, damn, I don't know how these guys do it. It's expensive. It's like,
it's
it,
fucking pricey.
and then you got to drive over there. If especially if you want to like stay the night, get a hotel.
Most people probably
Or,
gonna want to stay the night, dude. Especially some of these guys, like me too. I got kids, or other people got kids. The homie Kobe. His little kids.
hmm
They be scrapping. That was cool going out there with them too, man.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah, man.
it's
Like you
not
said,
going
the
on with
team,
teammates. Yeah,
the
squad,
tribe. You got fucking AJ with the Raiden hat in the
Raiden.
back, just
Yeah,
standing on the side like Mortal Kombat. When they have, it's fucking shock. I don't know. I forgot those guys' names, but they stand on the side and they're just like Pull out the camera. I was like, fuck. He came after me. He's like, Kwame, frames, frames. That's all he
Frames
said. I was
frames are
like,
important, bro.
that's
Frames
what
are
he told
important.
me.
Yeah, frames are super important. Yeah.
He's like, when I tombstone that guy, he's like, that pulling half guard. Why'd you do that? But it worked out. I was like, hell yeah, it worked out, motherfucker. I just
Half
watched an
guard.
hour video on Danaher talking about half guard, motherfucker. So that
Half
I'm
guard
sticking
squad.
to it.
Yeah, no, half guard's dope. I like half guard. I mean, most positions are just like cool, like because you could
Everything.
do everything. You go freaking close guard, side control, mount, back, even escapes too. And
Mhm,
even when I got caught in Americana, it was just like, how do I get out of this? I was trying to figure out how to get out of it in that moment. It's like even
mhm.
um in the training room, that's where you put the work in to be like, oh, so it's just automatic. Because if you think in competition, it's like you're a little bit behind.
Yeah. So you drill that, just like the guy, he kept getting this little single leg on me, and I think kept saying, push down the head, sprawl out. It was just something I never trained, but now we train it a lot, and I was working with them on that. So now I'm like, yeah, I think I feel confident if someone grabs my leg like that, I'll know what to do. And
Mhm.
yeah, we just that's what it is. It
Yeah.
exposes your weaknesses, dog. Like the comps, because you're going against a guy you never win against. You
Mhm.
don't know what he's gonna do.
Right. What he's
He
good
may
at.
be what he's good at. He may be a north south. He may be takedown. Like, you just don't know, and he
Mhm.
may hit you with something that no one ever does to you in
Ryu
training.
throw.
And yeah, he might hit you with the Ryu throw. Fuck. But it'd be cool to see some other people roll up. Just the more the better. I mean, I feel like you got a whole team squad behind you. It's just like,
Right.
that's just dope.
Yeah,
But
for
yeah,
sure.
man. I don't know anything else we're gonna talk about going
Huh.
on. Super fights yesterday. Got
Oh yeah,
J
we
Rock.
had who's number one. I did I did see some of the highlights, bro. I don't have a Flow grappling account and I looked up the prices.
How
It's like,
much? 50?
bro, 150 a year and 16 a month for that. Or no
That's
commitment, 30 a month.
30 a month.
30
Fuck.
a month, bro.
That's
And
more
I'm
than
like,
Netflix, isn't it?
yeah, that's more than Netflix. I'm like, man,
Dude,
do
you're
I do
killing
I
me.
yeah, so it's just like, do I drop $30 a month just to be able to watch this? Or it's just not, I just wish if they did, they had more events.
They don't have enough events. And then the thing is nobody's there's not a whole lot of streams you can find on this. But
I
you
found
you found you
yeah, I
found
found
one, but I was
I
like,
did.
I wasn't good at finding them. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a dope app too, because like I did get it one time for 30 a month, which was
Mhm.
like crazy.
Yeah.
But it's a cool app. But man, I don't know, man. Can they do something a little cheaper than that? Like, how much do you think would be a reasonable price? I
I
think
think
5.99.
UFC Five Pass is 9.99. You get to see
There's
all
something
the
like,
fights, all the jujitsu matches, Pride. You get to watch the Fight Pass jujitsu ones free. Well, I mean, if you have it. So I think
dude,
nine
I
ninety
love Fight
nine.
Pass.
Fight Pass is
That's solid.
amazing. It's like I'm like I feel like I'm getting a deal I
Yeah, I
feel
feel
like
like
that's
I'm
how it
ripping
should
them
feel.
off.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like yeah, bro, like $10 for all this. Like these are all pay-per-view events.
Take my money. High
Yeah,
quality,
yeah. So maybe if I'm sure if they lowered it to 10,
more
they'd
people.
make way more money. I
Yeah,
guarantee it. Just because you could offer like a yearly plan, say, then make it five a month, and
there you go.
30 is insane.
30 is
30,
high. I mean, I
yeah.
think it's higher than any app that I have. It's higher than Amazon Prime's different, but yeah, definitely Netflix and
Mhm.
Disney. Everything, all that shit's $10, I believe.
Yeah.
Most of like Apple TV's
Mhm.
$10.
So I thought
So
about
I would
buying
have
it
to
just to
drop.
watch it. I'm like, nah, son, $30.
Nah,
We'll
that's
figure it out.
crazy.
We'll figure it out.
Maybe
Hopefully,
UFC
dude,
maybe if UFC buys Flow Grappling, that'd be cool.
that would be a money move, definitely on the UFC's part. Just because if they really want to own kind of the jiu-jitsu space, that's
That's
it
what
right
you got to
there.
do,
That's what you gotta do. And if they want to monopolize it, I don't even care. Just as long as I can see the matches, we're chilling.
dude. Imagine UFC buys IBJFF.
I don't know if that's gonna happen.
I don't think so, but
I think
imagine.
IBJJF is like a secure. think that they're like the founding fathers of kind of what the
Yeah, true.
organization is. So maybe I don't know. It's that's I don't know. I really don't know the organization too well, but I do know like it's legit. Like the
Mhm.
signups, everything, you have to give them your ID before you compete.
That's cool.
The
That's cool.
weigh-ins, they have the little tool. They had the tool on the gi. They told me to cut off the tag on the back of my gi, so I had to
Interesting.
cut that off. But yeah, everything was legit though. Especially in Brazil. Like I can't imagine what it's like over there in Brazil. That'd be JJF.
Mm. Hey, so CJI was announced.
Announced.
So yeah, man, Craig Jones with that fucking
Yo,
pitmaster picture,
what
dude.
was that, dude? Do you think he approved of that or is that I don't know if
Who
his team
knows, dude?
that was
Yeah,
kinda crazy seeing a little says he's the pit master. I think he was
it's
going
a
to like a barbecue reference, right? Like a
yeah, yeah,
barbecue
yeah.
pit master,
Yeah,
but
it's
it
a
had
show
like
too.
oh, it is.
Yeah, there's a big black dude. So if you guys didn't see it, freaking there's like it's a picture of Craig Jones as a big black guy on the pit barbecuing, and yeah, it's kind of little controversy there. I
Yeah.
mean, it's an AI. It's not him literally putting on makeup
Uh-huh.
doing blackface, but it is kind of like a filter kind of thing.
Right.
Which they've met if you compare it to other things they've done in the past, they'll put like they'll do little things like that. Like Snoop Dogg will put his face on like you know what I mean with the AI features. He'll put
Mhm.
his face on I don't know fucking Pirates of the Caribbean. It'll be like a white version of Snoop. So it's like it's a little joke, but you know how it is nowadays. I mean, you got to be careful what you put. People get offended. It's fucking Black History Month, but there's some black fighters on there just like posting little
Yeah.
memes and
He's
quotes.
a
Like,
little
dude,
dicey,
this ain't
man.
the
He lives
time.
on the edge. Like it's
Lives on the
just
edge.
I don't know. It is a little crazy to post. I know you sent it or yeah,
Mm,
you told me like, "Yo, like this is kind of crazy," but yeah,
It's
as long
crazy,
as people
man.
don't have too much problems with it, then it's like cool. But if people start getting pissed off, then of course, he's gonna have to address it and
Yeah,
apologize. So
it's kind of like the Robert. Who
Downey
was it?
Jr.,
Robert. Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. in that one movie.
Tropic Thunder or
Yeah,
Tropical
yeah,
Thunder.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah,
a pretty funny movie, but yeah.
yeah, definitely don't see that anymore. So it's like,
Nah, not really. But then you got white chicks, you got, the
oh
Wayans
yeah,
brothers dressing up as white girls, so it's like
yeah,
it's kinda crazy, bro, like, you gotta
yeah.
it can go either way, but,
Um,
I know that I don't think fucking Craig's, like, a racist person, bro,
no,
like, I doubt
but I
he's
did.
going everywhere
Mhm.
and around the country. He went to Africa, like, come on,
Oh yeah, he
right?
was.
Wasn't he in Africa?
Yeah, he was
Like,
with
he's
hyenas and
cool.
shit.
He's a pretty cool guy, man. He's cultured for sure, like
Yeah, he definitely travels everywhere. And when it said CJI, was it Quintet like the brand doing it as well with them? Because it says
that's what I was
CGI Quintet.
yeah, see that term, um is that like a branded term, quintet? I mean, I
I
know it
believe
has a
so.
it has the definition is like a group of like a certain amount, quintet, right? Is that like a
Mhm.
number, like 7 or 8 or but, yeah, if it's a registered trademark, yeah, is this like a collab or
It might be honestly. Um, yeah, it's a company, so it's a grappling. It
Oh,
says Quintet Grappling Team Survival Match, and that's pretty much what it
okay.
is. So the founders, because it's Sakuraba. So Sakuraba, the
Oh,
MMA
cool.
fighter, he's the one that is the founder of it. So I'm sure he's tight and has connections with Craig Jones.
That's
So
dope.
yeah, that's huge. And you know, with CJ last year was the first $1 million prize. Now we're seeing Quintet, bro. It's like how much better can it get? And it's only the beginning. So I'm
August.
excited for it.
I
Um,
wanna make try to make it to that, man.
dude,
Seems
the
like
first
pretty
one was
dope.
insane. The first, just
It's a long
I went
day.
to the last one. Yeah, it was like 7 hours, and I'm like,
Damn.
yo, this is a lot of jujitsu. But everybody was still locked in. When you're watching jujitsu, you're like especially if you train, you're like trying to understand what this guy's going for, right? So everybody's like focused. Not everybody's on their phone. It's so weird because like nowadays everybody's just like you know
Yeah.
attention spans. Everybody's just like, oh, he's doing this, doing that, doing this, and it's cool. And then the crowd gets hyped, and then it's like, oh, it was a dope event. So
Probably
hopefully you
one of
can make it.
it's probably drinking more I'll probably be drinking, like, a coffee more than a fucking beer at that
Yeah,
point. That's a long day.
some neuro gum. freaking locked
Yeah.
in right there. But it's like
See
we
it.
saw all different types of athletes. Saw Mighty Mouse. I saw him over
Oh,
there. Saw Jocko Willink over there. I'm like, yo, this
damn.
is
That's
insane.
everyone's there. All the
Yeah,
legends.
all the legends there.
Um, yeah, that's pretty cool, man. Gotta check that out. What else is going on? Jiu-Jitsu. Any other
Jujitsu.
freaking news? Nobody really announced. Like, I know Gracie Barra hasn't really responded if they're gonna have a team
Yeah.
for the quintet. I
Mhm.
know 10th Planet seems like they're gonna do it.
For sure. For sure. 10
Um,
planet. I think 4 out of 8 teams have agreed.
so that's cool. I mean, you don't need fucking. To be honest, you don't need 10 teams there. I think that's just that's a lot of I don't know, dude. Like, because it's 7 hours away to go to do it.
I don't know if it's gonna be
Some peop-
7 hours since it's a team thing, but, like, the other one was, like, heavyweight division, and then it went lightweight. Um, maybe it'd be less, maybe it'd be more, but it's still 2 days.
Okay, yeah. So he's just like, just in case I need 2 days, he's like, I'm gonna have it 2 days. I mean, like he has time. Like it won't,
Yeah.
but they might make it a little shorter. We'll see.
That would be dope to see a Gracie Baja team just because
Just cause, you know.
it would be dope to represent and get a dub. That'd be dope.
Uh-huh. And then yeah, man. I think that's like we hit on a lot of the main things.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything else you want to talk about.
Not really, just like training, bro. Like training after competition, just like realizing like the mistakes you make and trying to fix it. Like if you realize like, oh, maybe I'm not putting enough time here, asking questions about certain stuff. I think it's like you learn a lot just from competing and just like, oh, I gotta switch things up. I gotta stay more focused or stuff like that. That's some stuff that I'm thinking about right now.
Have you with all the training, have you you know how everybody kind of has their game. Do you
Mhm,
have some kind of game? Have you picked anything like, "Oh, I want my game to be this." Like I was saying like, "Oh, I
mhm,
like the half guard." I like say you're trying to pass guard.
mhm,
To me, it's like I'll accept half guard because I know
mhm.
I can probably get
Right.
out of it. I literally heard Danaher talk about that yesterday. I was watching, like you said, you're like, "Oh, you should
Mhm.
probably just watch videos." I watch
Yeah.
our video on half guard.
Yeah.
And he's like saying he encourages his fighters like, "Hey, why
Yeah.
spend a bunch of energy if you know you can't pass this guy's guard? Just get into a half guard."
Yeah.
If you're standing up and you're doing all this, he's like, "Fuck it, just take the half guard and
Yeah.
work from there."
I wouldn't say I have like a game, especially right now, but I do like want to understand positions. Like just like
Mhm,
even if someone has my back, understand like, oh, you could do this there. Just because when competing, it's like you can't even predict wherever you're gonna go. You gotta kind of be ready for wherever it goes. And it's like, yeah, you're gonna have good sides and bad sides if you do the left or right or half guard or close guard. But
mhm.
I personally don't have any like kind of thing. Like there's like I end up going to half guard, but like I feel like if I rely too much on that, it would like put more holes if that makes sense. So just like
Yeah,
working
yeah.
on different things and just trying to like understand the curriculum. But I'm just like understand it's a huge process, bro. Like this is gonna take a lot of time to get good at. And that's the kind of the thing that I signed up for. It's like, okay, it's gonna take time, it's gonna take thought, and I'm down.
Yeah, I think it's like you said, it's kinda too early to be like, "Oh, this is what my game is." I
Yeah, I
mean,
felt like if
you
I
have
say like, "Yo, I'm a this type of player. This is my favorite move. This is what I'm going for." It's like I feel
it's
like
too early.
yeah, it's like if you're gonna commit to that, then you're not gonna be open minded to like all the different possibilities out there. So,
That's true.
but I think it is good to cater your game, especially if like you're older or if you're less athletic. Like I'm not athletic. I'm not doing front flips and doing these crazy scrambles like these guys. So I have to understand that and not like focus too much time on those types of things and just see what works for me. And if it doesn't work, then on to the next.
Mhm. Yeah, I think, watching those I haven't paid for any, but those instructionals they have for free, I think they're
Yeah,
pretty cool.
those are cool.
Especially at our level, it's like we still a lot to learn, just
Hmm.
like and then the whole philosophy and, the whole thought process on why they do these certain things. Like,
Hmm.
like Danaher was talking about, like, the more connections you have, the slower pace it's gonna go, because
Hmm.
people like, uh, Gordon Ryan, you know? his there's like a slower type of game, right? That guy's like he moves slow, but you can't do anything
Right.
about it, right? Because
Mhm.
he has always has a connection on you.
Right.
And then versus a Cade Rotullo,
Mhm.
he'll dance around you, he'll do flips over you and shit,
He'll
and it's
smack
just
you
like,
too. Bah. And then you're
yeah,
like,
smack you.
yeah, no,
And
he's cool.
so it's like, yeah, you got to find what works for you, and like you said, like what you're willing to put your body even if you have a body to do that, it's like, all right, what are you willing to do? Like, are you willing to do a cartwheel over this guy? Are you willing to do this and that? It's like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, very early.
it's
Very
crazy.
early. So,
It's pretty crazy though. But it's cool that there's so many ways to do this game, like you said, like if you're somebody that's like, hey man, I need to preserve my body for a while, I'm gonna pull guard, I'm gonna keep these, I'm gonna hook you, I'm gonna get you closer to me so I don't have to dive at your legs, or I don't have to like fucking run around you, or so it's like it's so
yeah.
many ways you can, like, it's cool, like I'm just like thinking in the future, like you're a
Yeah.
brown belt, you're like, hey, you know what, my fucking back's kind of sore, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna just fucking, just I'm gonna take it easy today and not even break
Yeah.
a sweat and just control these blue belts like nothing.
Mhm.
Or then otherwise, or you'll be like, oh, you know what? I feel good today. I'm gonna fucking just like, it's pretty cool. Like it's like so many ways you can go in jujitsu, like
For
so
sure.
many
For sure.
games you can play. Like,
But yeah, that's kind of my thought process right now when it comes to that, and just like trying to have fun with it too. Just because you can add this type of pressure on yourself. Oh, I need to be training. Oh, I need to be doing this and that. But burnout's real. You need to make sure you're just like having fun with it too, not like treating it as like a thing you have to do. Just something that's like, oh man, you could train, you could meet these cool people, have conversations, have a podcast, and just like evolve into a person you want to be. So I'm like, all right, cool, it's cool.
yep, that too. Yeah, the avoid the burnout. Try to have fun.
It's a real thing, man.
Some days you'll be off. I had
Mhm.
days or weeks where I just like, what the hell? Like, what am I? Nothing's going right for me. But you keep showing up, have fun, and then next, things start clicking, start making sense.
Mhm.
You know, um, But yeah, man, just me just taking care of my body too, listening to it. Uh, yeah, man, I'm gonna check out that supplement that we were talking about, BP 157. It's like a peptide, right?
Yeah,
Amino
it helps out
acids.
with a lot of people. I think hear it on Joe Rogan talk about all the time. More place, more dates. Um, it
Yep.
does help out with like injuries. Like if you're trying to deal, if you have like a nagging injury, do your
Speed
research
it up.
and. Mhm.
Yeah, man. So stuff like that, as I enter my later ages, you know what I mean. So, but it's been done. I mean, I see a lot of older grapplers like my age and stuff still doing it. So,
Yeah, still getting it
um,
in, bro.
so I just gotta like figure out what works for me, how to balance it out, and yeah, man, that's fucking dope. You hear about fucking. I heard Carlos, that fool's still fucking. According to AJ, he's like, dude's
Oh,
still
Master
fucking
Carlos.
rolling. Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, so much knowledge
So
in it too, where you're like able to to outwit your opponent, and it's just like that's totally possible with jujitsu. It's like you could, you know, think 5 moves ahead, and then you're ready, you right where you need to be. So
hell yeah, man. But yeah, dude. Guess we'll just.
good
I
stuff.
think we should wrap this up.
I'm down. I'm down. Let's
Hell
get
yeah,
it,
man.
man.
Yeah, man. We can keep the pods going.
Yes, sir.
Um, like, subscribe.
Yeah,
We out.
share the podcast with your homies. If
Share.
you guys, have anybody, or if you guys, are competitors and you want to reach out, more than happy to have you guys on as a guest. Just talk about jujitsu and talk about like personal story, how you got into it, and if you guys made it this far, just make sure you guys share it.
We out.
Appreciate you guys. We out.
Peace.
Bang.
We out. We out in
Yes, sir.
this.
Yes, sir.